Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is have you put your shoes back on so we can go through that same process and see what's happening in the tracking when you have your current running shoes on. And in this case, we'll look again. What I see is shoes are on and the hips are pretty straight, okay? I do see a little bit of drop in the knee here. It's almost kind of like she's kind of pushing her hips in that way and the quads in that way. Kind of a very rare thing when someone is straight there. But what you're going to see is the drastic movement that happens when she now bends and goes into that squat. Look at how far in her current running shoes her knees are tracking out now. I mean, we see a very drastic change from this knee. It's almost, let me get that correct, but it's almost all the way out over the outside of her foot on both sides. Now, in this particular athlete's case, that's because her foot's being overcorrected by an orthotic that she doesn't need. As you saw in her earlier picture, she has a perfectly neutral foot. She has a very strong arch. She's a very strong athlete to begin with, as you can see from her body structure. And so what's happening is this orthotic is causing her to really get on the outside of her foot. And it's causing her to actually invert inside the shoe, and that's something we want to get away from, because we want your foot to be in its most neutral position inside a shoe, and we can tell this just by looking. Again, I mean, this is a drastic push out, and it's coming from that orthotic that's pushing her out that way even farther than she normally goes out. So one of the things that I did with this person is I took her out of her orthotic, and I put her in a neutral shoe that had a little bit stiffer platform on the sole of the shoe, in order to address some of the issues that she was having immediately. But now we have her tracking really, really straight. When she's bending the knee, she's coming right down from there. And that's what we want to do when we get you in your running shoe.